Hello everyone, my name's LokaCola, and what the heck is this, a camera video? Yeah, I haven't done one of those in a very long time, but I had a little thing that came in that I thought, that could actually be a sort of a good old return. Well, good old in quotation marks, because I don't really care about that term much anymore. Back when I was doing basically only unboxing videos. And anyway, so yeah, a good old unboxing video. I used to do this quite a lot back in the day, until I grew tired of it, and haven't really looked back since. Haven't really cared or been able to bother about making one of those. However, today's a little special occasion. Well, I've kind of had this package for a while now, because if there's anything you need to know about me, is that I love shark movies. One that came out fairly recently was the MEG, which was based on a series of novels by Steve Alten, and I read some of his books before the movie came out, like I think a few years or so, and I quite enjoyed them. So I actually ordered a MEG Vintage Package directly from Steve Alten's website. Yeah, so without further ado, because as like an old classic Loka style unboxing video, I spend more time talking than actually unboxing the thing. Although, yeah, this is why I stopped making these videos, because it's not really that exciting and it's quite lengthy, and in fact I may actually hold on, maybe it will open relatively easy. I think I only need to... Also, if you're curious, I did cross out my name and where I live and such. You won't be able to get to me. Oops, I accidentally hit a button, so this recording stopped. But yeah, I feel this is more of a special case, so to speak. Since there we go. There's the MEG Vintage Package, which comes with 3 things. First is a copy of MEG, or the MEG, as it's saying here, because now this wasn't like, well, actually it comes with 4 things, I just realized, because on the picture it was advertised. Again, I don't have the perfect position. On the picture, let's see, so yes, okay, there we go. On the picture, they, well, it was advertised to this dust jacket, the MEG Special Anniversary Edition. I think it was for the 15th anniversary or something like that. And yeah, a hardcover dust jacket, hardcover book with this dust jacket. It looks like this without the dust jacket. It's a special anniversary edition, and it also says special anniversary edition here. So yeah, and yeah, oh, it even says here, this special anniversary edition of MEG combines 2 novels. MEG, a novel of deep terror, completely rewritten and re-edited by New York Times best-selling author Steve Alten, and the never-before-printed prequel MEG Origins. And a quote from Los Angeles Times, Jurassic Shark, an apt description, and also if you know the history with Steve Alten and New York Times, Los Angeles Times, it's actually quite funny as that quote. So this is special because of that. It has the original novel that's been rewritten and re-edited, and it also comes with a prequel ebook, but on print, and also it's signed by Steve Alten, and yeah, this is a limited item for sure. This is number 2509 of 5,000 copies, so only 5,000 copies of this exist. We have some of his other novels. And it has some good artwork and pictures and such. Yeah, it starts with MEG Origins, that makes sense. And the second item is just a second dust jacket with the movie. I guess the movie edition of the novel. It's a special limited edition with the poster from the movie. That also says now a major motion picture from Warner Bros. That's actually quite a relief, considering I'll show you later. I have a older copy of this book, and yeah, that's Steve Alten. One of my he's actually grown to become one of my favorite authors as a reason. One, because I think his books is really good and really enjoyable to read, and also he's really nice with the fans. It's I mean most authors in my experience are, but I haven't actually. I can't think of any author who's like this. I guess open with his fans. Like he has a monthly newsletter. He regularly he's recently done some of these special vintage packages for the fans with some neat collector items and such, and like holding contests. Like he even makes he will turn some of his fans into characters in the books. And actually I'm going to be a character in this upcoming novel, The Lock, Heaven's Lake. Most likely not a big role, considering there's also a lot of fans that are gonna turn it into the book, but still it's kind of exciting to be a character in the book. Here's another item, since we can't just talk about this one thing. This is actually an older item. It's completely dropping the words, like a bookmark, an older one that they did for I think it was to market the first original novel. So there's Jaws was just a snack. Also signed, so yeah, really neat. Be the first to register at megsite.com. I doubt that site is still up, considering, I mean, to market the first novel. And last but certainly not least, a little bonus item. Right, that was actually quite a bit tricky to open, but now I finally did, and it's these two little items. And these are arguably the coolest things with this MEG Vintage Package. These are fragments of fossilized megalodon teeth. Yeah, it is. I mean, you can see they look really old. So these have been parts of teeth that have been stuck in the jaws of a old megalodon, or yeah, I guess so. It's really cool, both as a shark lover. Like I love sharks in general. I know I only said shark movies, but honestly that goes to the sharks just in general, but also just the idea of having like little fossils. I mean, it's just so cool. So you can definitely see like well, it's kind of hard actually, my camera's not that good, but yeah, it's so cool. And a really neat vintage package. As I said, unfortunately it's not available to buy anymore because they ran out. I'm glad I managed to snag one of these, because it's definitely worthy part of my MEG slash Steve Alten collection. Speaking of which, as I said earlier, I do own a older copy of the MEG novel. I think it's paperback. I'm not 100% certain of the English term. I know that's hardback. I assume this is paperback. This yeah, and this was my whole introduction to the series. This cover is really interesting because it's not factually correct, but it doesn't matter because I feel it like perfectly conveys the image of the megalodon. I mean, obviously megalodons and T-Rexes didn't exist at the same period of time, even though it's right there on the cover, and it does. It's been a while since I read this version of the book, since that one is rewritten, because it does have a prologue where a MEG does snatch up a T-Rex. As I say, it's been a few years since I read this one. I know in the rewritten one he does poke fun at, I'm like, obviously this didn't happen in real life, but that's probably what would have happened if in a scenario like this. Yeah, as I said, it's an older. It says soon to be a major motion picture. Now the original novel came out in '97, I believe, and this edition is from 2008, I think. The movie came out in 2018, so soon TM. I don't recall DICE making the movie, but doesn't really matter. We did finally get the movie eventually, and it was great. I really enjoyed this one. I mean, sure, it was a bit different from the novel and such, but I still really enjoyed it. It's kind of like its own thing, sort of. And of course I own a steelbook because I love steelbooks, and I really enjoyed this movie, and yeah, I just really liked it. So yeah, now I own 2 copies of the same book. Not something I usually do, but I mean, in this case I think it's perfectly justifiable. This one is an older paperback, and this is a special anniversary edition to commemorate, I think it was the 15th anniversary, and it is signed. It is limited collector's item. It's also rewritten, and I keep saying, like, yeah, I've read this, which I actually have. I'll get to it in a second. So it is definitely a bit different, and it also comes with MEG Origins. Now you may be like, hang on a second, you just got this one. Why do you say you read this? Because this is a bit awkward in a sense, but at the same time not, because I happen to own 2 copies of the special anniversary edition. And this one is also signed, and it's number 2600. So not that too close. Oh, well, we kind of close the numbers. So now you may like, wait a second, what were you thinking now, Loka? And I'll be honest, it's just, oh well, what the heck. It was a neat little thing with the vintage package, and I just really enjoyed the novel. And I also, because this one has the movie cover, and this one, well, also comes with the movie cover, but also the original special anniversary cover. So I was thinking, well, at least I have 2 different covers at least. So. But then when I was reading this one during the summer, wasn't actually aware this also came with 2 dust jackets. So it's like, oh, it's a bit awkward in a sense, but at the same time not, since again 2 different covers. I do really enjoy this novel, and limited edition item and all that, and all the other goodies. So I don't regret a single thing. And as a little bonus for this video, since I'm kind of already like, oh, here's some other bits of my Steve Alten collection, why not go the extra mile and showcase all of it as it looks right now. So I have 3 copies of MEG and the Steelbook for the Blu-ray, and I also got some of the other novels in the series, like The Trench, which is the 2nd novel, also really good, and MEG Primal Waters, the 3rd book, also really good and really enjoyable. This one I definitely remember being a really fun read, actually. And the 4th book, Hell's Aquarium, arguably my favorite in the series. It's either this one or the first one. But even then, it's kind of hard for me to pick out a favorite, because I just really enjoy all the books, like almost equally. I'm definitely looking forward to read the rest of the series. Speaking of the rest of the series, while I don't have any of the other MEG novels as of right now, of course I'll get to them later, I also have The Lock. And not just The Lock, it's the collector's edition. Also soon to be a major motion picture. Hopefully it isn't a trademark soon. But yeah, I know this one is in... it has been picked up by the same company that's making the MEG movie, so it's coming. This one I actually just read, and it's quite... I like it. It's a bit different from the MEG series, of course, since it's about the Loch and the Loch Ness Monster. But also it's more of a mystery novel, so to speak, because they're trying to find out if this thing even exists. Also, since this is a collector's edition, bit more limited number, 750 copies. This is number 159 and also signed. Also comes with a few pictures here and there. Also, because this book doesn't come with just a novel, it also comes with a another text that's more scientific and like trying to special bonus material. The science behind the lock. New evidence proving the existence and species of the Loch Ness Monster. Interesting that there's been some things on the news, which one, because that's just interesting in general, but second, it also lines up with some of these science provided in this book. That, let's see, now this collector's edition is from this year, but the book was originally released in what the heck is it, like 2005 or something like that. Maybe it won't be possible to see, come to think of it. Copyright 2018, or maybe it was last year. I don't remember. But yeah, and it's actually kind of related, since it's apparently part of the MEG series. Yeah. The MEG cinematic universe, it's coming! And it's because of the sequel to Lock, Vostok, which I haven't actually read yet. I just recently picked this up, and it is a crossover. So that will be definitely interesting to read. I know some things about this, and yeah, I'll see about it, but I'm definitely intrigued. And to kind of close it off, here's another book by Steve Alten, Undisclosed. We've been lied to! aliens exist. And I just read this one before the Area 51 memes picked up, and it was it was kind of unsettling, like, because while this is a thriller novel, it does provide some like different testimonies and such of real UFO and alien sightings. So it makes you think that maybe we have been lied to. And really interesting novel as well. Oh yeah, I have a MEG poster. Yeah, I decided to pick the poster because it's the only one I don't have a book for. And let's see, yeah, I showcased those little fossilized teeth. I actually have more of them. This one is arguably my favorite of the ones I have, because this really showcases the tooth. And this one, let's see, when did I pick it up? I don't remember. It was either when I ordered my first special anniversary edition or undisclosed, because that was a deal going on. No, it must have been undisclosed. And then I got a second one, this one, with the poster that I ordered at the same time. And yeah, this has been a bit long-winded. I may have to edit this quite a bit, but it was kind of fun doing a little unboxing to showcase the stuff included with the package, and just my kind of, I guess, my Steve Alten collection. And the other fossilized teeth I've got. Of course, I have a lot more shark-related things that I could showcase, but maybe for another video and not for today, because this has been going on for a lot longer than I anticipated. So, yeah, if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing of the MEG Vintage Package, and I will showcase my Steve Alten collection. And yeah, I'll see you all next time.